I don't think I'm a toxic person. Do I have toxic traits and characteristics? Sure, because sometimes they're fun, but I don't feel like...
It's fun being toxic. Just a little toxic is fun.
And welcome back to Filter What?
Filter What podcast, let's get it.
This episode is sponsored by Classic Grooming.
Ladies, if you love a man with a groomed, smooth, and moisturized beard, this is an all-natural product that you would want your man to have. It is light, it smells amazing, and it'll leave your man's beard rejuvenated.
Hands down, the best products I have ever used to grow and maintain my beard. They have everything you need from beard wash, conditioners, oils, butters. So check out the link in the description or classicgroomingco.com. I promise you will not be disappointed.
Hey, what's up? It is your girl, Satti, and y'all know the man to the left of me.
What's up, guys? Dash, let's get it.
And welcome back to Filter What?
Filter What podcast. What's up? How you feeling?
Hot.
You hot?
It is a hot, sunny day.
You hot? With the
Yes.
fresh wax and all that?
Everything. Listen, shut up. Yes, I got wax. I'm bald right now. We have it baldy.
I'm baldy too. We baldy twins.
We baldy.
Right.
He's so stupid. I was not even expecting. Oh my god, I cannot with
I can
you.
cut it out if you want.
No, that's fine.
What's up, though? What we talking?
All right. On a more serious note, today's topic is going to be about: do you feel everyone has a toxic trait?
Okay.
I personally think yes, everyone does have some toxicity to them, you know? And I feel like if you say no, you're just delulu.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree. Cause, all right. So what do you think of when you hear the word toxic? What's the
So
first thing that comes to mind?
like, just something that is unhealthy.
Okay, unhealthy. That's a good word. When I hear toxic, I think of negative. So I feel like
Okay.
everybody has some type of toxic trait because nobody's perfect.
Right, exactly.
So
Absolutely. No, definitely. Do you feel like you know your toxic traits, and when did you understand and acknowledge that?
Yeah, I feel like I know my
have-
toxic traits. Yeah. When did I acknowledge them? Good question. I don't know. I can't pinpoint that. But I feel like I know my toxic traits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I
You
do.
know?
It's a,
You
I
sure?
mean, yes. And I know a couple. I mean, if I have some, tell me. But a few, I feel like over the years with like certain experiences, I feel like that's when I started to realize
Your toxic traits.
what was my toxic trait.
All right, so what are them?
One would be that I tend to ignore. So I'll pretend like I didn't like see or read a conversation or whatever. I'll open a message, read it, and then close it, and then ignore the person for a minute. And also kind of shut down.
Okay, so
You know?
shutting down.
Yeah, shutting down. Another one of mine, I mean, I kind of still do I could be a little passive aggressive. So say you pissed me off, but it depends on the situation. Say like, you upset me or something like that. I won't fully express it. I'll just like hold it in until I'll like explode.
Okay.
And then it'll all just pile up, and then I'll just like start going
out.
on.
Start left eyeing.
Yeah. I think those are like the main two.
So shutting down and like keeping everything in. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I feel like I don't know, never seen that. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
see that in you. I feel like I can, but I don't know. I guess I've never seen it. So.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, because I'm working on it. It's been a work in progress. Like
Yeah.
I went from completely being silent and just being a whole robot, not showing any emotion, not expressing myself, letting it really affect me, to, okay, now I really gotta like fix it because it's a problem and it's affecting all of my relationships, and you can see that, so yeah. But I've gotten better. I mean, I'm getting better. Not 100%, but I have my moments.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. That's what's up, though.
What about you?
Mines that I know of are, I feel like sometimes I could be emotionally unavailable.
Okay.
I also feel like sometimes I can be defensive.
Okay.
And I feel like I put my work before a lot of other things that I shouldn't.
Like important things.
Yeah. Or personal things. I put my work first sometimes. So those are, to my knowledge, my toxic things that I know about myself.
Okay. When was it that someone mentioned it to you and it was like, okay, this is like a real intervention. I have to really like.
Well, not being emotionally unavailable, I kind of know the time frame because this was going to be a question I was going to ask you too, because it came from an experience. So
Okay.
after a certain experience is when I felt like I became that way. So that's where that comes from.
Is it a relationship or
Yeah.
a friendship? Okay.
A relationship.
All right.
I think, well, like I was a complete opposite of myself, crying, like boo-hooing and all that.
Yeah,
And then after
yeah.
that whole experience is when I feel like I became a little bit more emotionally unavailable.
But was it because you were like embarrassed that you allowed yourself to feel and
I
be
wasn't
vulnerable?
embarrassed. It's just, I'm like, yo, I never want to feel this way again.
Okay.
So telling myself I never want to feel that way again is where the barrier came up of kind of being emotionally unavailable.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I'm completely emotionally unavailable, but there is a wall up.
Right.
I mean, like if I'm close, like we're close, like I don't, like you know things about me and all that.
Yeah.
But then I feel like a piece of me still has that barrier up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where that came from.
Yeah. I sensed that.
Word.
So I know that there are levels to being toxic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Tory Lanez level. That's all the way toxic.
Uh-huh.
And then, who would be another, like a good example, but that's not
Good
too
example of
toxic.
somebody
Yeah.
being somebody that's toxic or not
But
toxic.
not too toxic.
I don't know, but I get the graft.
Okay. Where would you say you fit in?
Damn. I don't know. I feel like that would be a question that like other people would have to answer about me.
No, you would have to know that.
I would say I'm the halfway point then. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
Halfway point.
Yeah, halfway
Okay.
point.
Because I mean, like, Tory's a perfect prime example. He, even in his music, he acknowledges that
Yeah,
he
that
is
he's
a
toxic.
very toxic individual
Yeah.
and has very extreme toxic behavior,
Yes.
especially within a relationship. He voices that with
Right.
not a problem.
Okay, so are we talking about toxic as a whole or toxic in a relationship? What are we talking?
Okay, let's break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as a whole,
As a whole?
yes.
Okay. As a whole, I don't think I'm a toxic person.
Okay.
Well, I don't think I'm a toxic person. Do I have toxic traits and characteristics? Sure, because sometimes they're fun, but I don't feel
This
like.
is fun being toxic. Just a little
But
toxic is fun.
as a whole, I feel like I'm pretty cool. Like
cool.
I don't have like ill will intentions when I meet people or people that I'm close to and shit like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, and what would you say in a relationship?
In a relationship, I can be toxic. I can be toxic if I'm pushed to the limit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not to excuse anything, but yeah, there's been relationships where I've been toxic. But I feel like I have my reasons. Once again, not saying that is right or to excuse it, but I felt like I had my reasons. I was pushed to my behavior. Well,
Okay, what was those reasons?
several.
I feel like a therapist right now.
On your therapist vibes. One relationship, I was continuously getting blamed for stuff that I wasn't doing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could have left the relationship, but I didn't.
Okay.
Instead, I just started stepping out.
Right.
Word. Another time, what happened another time? I don't know. We just got to a place where, I think I told you this too, like we was both just waiting for the other person to break up with each other. Like it just
Okay,
the relationship just got to that point. And then I'm pretty sure she was doing her, I was doing me, but we was still just together and we was just waiting for like
somebody to
Then
say
I was just like, it's over. She was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so like little things like that, like reasons I feel like that pushed me to bring out the
Bring out that side.
the
Definitely.
toxic. What? What about you?
Overall, I don't feel like I'm a toxic person. Of course not. Again, there are some characteristics, and it really just depends on what side you bring out of me. Because I feel like a person can bring a whole different, individual.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, speaking from experience, I don't condone violence. I don't condone verbal, physical, none of that. But the person itself being toxic, and it's like also affecting you as well, you know, you're bound to fall into that and feed into that. There's only so much, you know, you can do as far as being the bigger person, because it's going to get to a point where, okay, now you're playing with me. You know, you don't respect me. So now I got to get disrespectful and I got to take it there.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, yeah, I ended up, of course, falling into that and verbally being disrespectful and physically. You know, I had to put some paws on it. But, you know, that's not, I don't condone it again, but it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So did that turn into the person playing the victim?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the way. That's another toxic trait that I really hate. Is when you started it. It's your fault. But now that, okay, I did something a little more than you to show you what it is, you want to play victim.
I feel like that's what a lot of men are good at.
Yes, playing victim.
The manipulation tactic. Boom.
Yes.
They'll start something, and once now they want to play.
Now it's a whole different story. I hate that. Like, why? Why is that? I don't understand. I dealt with a person like that who always played victim. Meanwhile, the whole time, they're freaking crazy, and you know, like they're delusional.
Yeah. So, where do you feel like your toxic traits come from? Like, I gave you the backstory of like one of my toxic traits. Where do you feel like your toxic traits come from?
My two main toxic traits, I feel like maybe I've just always been afraid to like express myself and let people in. But this is from like growing up as a child. So, you know, granted, my dad wasn't like always there, but my mom was. But my mom was always like busy trying to raise, you know, 3 kids. And it's a lot. So also that's another thing. Like knowing that she was busy raising 3 kids and she had a lot on her plate. I didn't want to add more onto that. I was always very like considering her feelings and everything too, because one, she's an empath, and you know, she can be very like sympathetic and everything, and when you know you're hurt, she's gonna be hurting 10 times more as well. So that over the years played a part, and you know, I just dealt with it like myself. I'm like, I'll figure it out. I don't want to stress her out. I don't want to bother her, you know. Or sometimes I would see like other people, they'll use that against you. I was also afraid of that, like someone using something against me that I personally told them or that I'm going through. And that's the last thing I want, is someone to throw something in my face.
I can understand.
You know, like I confide in something very personal with you. I'm not like a complete open book, but you know, I can be kind of open, but that's if I trust you.
Right. Yeah.
So that was also another thing. And it has happened to me, you know, at times. So it's like, I don't like that feeling. And it's like a slap in the face. So, yeah. But I realized, you know, at the end of the day, we're only getting older. It's, of course, I'm very unhealthy to store things like that in. And it's better to, you know, talk about it, deal with it, confide into somebody. Find somebody you trust, but it doesn't matter who. But just know who you're confiding into, instead of like blowing up into a whole bomb, because that's not a good thing.
No, I agree with you completely as far as not trusting people and confiding in everybody, because I'm kind of the same way too. But also what you said with like us getting older, it's not healthy to keep everything in, or I think it's knowing when to trust and when not to, or knowing when and who to have those barriers with and when not to. Like, I think is the healthy balance.
Right.
Or because I used to be like really angry and not. But I don't know. As I got older, I'm like, yo, I don't want to hold all this.
Right.
You know, it's not healthy. Like, I feel like I became a better person after
Yeah,
this.
no, definitely.
Like,
I feel the same way. Like, knowing the old Sada and then knowing this Sada now, I'm like, I have grown.
yeah, check you out.
For real.
But no, that's what's up, though.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, let's get into the Q&A.
The fun little
Q&A
Q&A.
joint. Talks about what's
Okay.
toxic and not toxic.
Yes.
All right, you started off.
All right. Stalking your significant other on social media, toxic or not toxic?
I'm going to say toxic.
Toxic?
Yeah. What you think? I know you can say
To
not
a certain-
toxic.
I don't know. I'm gonna just say
Levels?
maybe yes, there's levels.
levels
You
to
have to say. I'm gonna say there's levels. You know, because when you're in a relationship, who don't like be on their significant other's page and just like be looking through comments on who such and such looked at or
I have before,
photos
but
and stuff.
I don't right now. I don't. But I have. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
If you say that you don't, that's a lie. Like,
Yo, I dead ass don't.
sorry.
I don't. I used to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But right now, I don't.
You know, okay, but right now, but in general, people do it.
Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, yeah. But, I don't know. Once again, everybody's different. Everybody's
Right.
relationship, the dynamic of their relationship is different. For my relationship and the dynamic and how it is, I feel like I don't have to, and it's better not to. You feel
Yeah,
me? Like,
I mean, I do it from time to time. You know, whatever. I just want to know.
Yeah, I bet.
What heart eyes? What you know?
Yeah.
Just check.
Yeah.
You never know. Some things might pop up. That's
Yeah.
how you find out.
Matter of fact, that reminds me. She have too. Like she have like, yo, who is this? Why are they so friendly? And I'm like, yo.
It'd be like that. Yeah.
So.
There's levels.
All right. So, catching feelings for a coworker.
If that is toxic, I wouldn't say it is. You can't help who you.
You can't help who you love.
Sure. You can't help who you like are attracted to, and you know, catch feelings for it. That's
Okay.
a natural thing. It happens.
Okay.
Okay. Cursing at your partner, toxic or not?
Cursing at your partner, toxic or not? I'm gonna say toxic, but with everything there's levels. You feel me? So I guess it depends on the context. But
Yeah.
the first thing that came to my mind is toxic. What do you think?
I think overall it is toxic. And then when you start cursing at a person, there's gonna be more after that you know, for other situations.
That's
and
true.
it'll get worse. It'll get more disrespectful. And you shouldn't be communicating like that with your partner.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know,
you. I agree.
like I get it, you can play around here and there, whatever, but when it's something serious, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is how you're talking to me and you're calling me out my name, you're being disrespectful. Clearly, you don't respect me and, you know, feel like you're degrading me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where the levels come into play.
Yeah.
Being friends with your ex, toxic, not toxic.
Ooh, that's I wouldn't say I'm friends with any of my exes. I feel like it could never be the same. Some people, you know, end up forming really great, strong relationships. You
Is
know,
that
with their
toxic
exes.
or not toxic?
That's hard.
It's hard, right?
That is hard.
I know.
Because you're supposed to let go, you know,
Yeah.
society, whatever how they put it is, okay, once you're done with that person, you're done. And then say you get into another relationship, but you're still with, you know, friends with your ex, that's a whole nother different thing. It's like, oh, you're still stuck on them kind
Yeah.
of thing. So
Like you said, I feel like that's how society paints the picture, but everybody's different. What if two people, like, just decide that they're not right for each other and they break up on healthy terms and, like, you feel me?
yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't trying.
But I ain't trusting that. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Me,
yeah.
I'ma just say no.
Yeah, I feel you.
Knowing me,
So
I'm
toxic.
just so it is toxic.
Okay.
Okay. Being oblivious to the truth.
Toxic.
Toxic.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. You're delusional and
Yeah.
need to go to the mental health.
Men do that a lot, too.
Very, oh my
do
gosh.
that a
I was
lot,
dealing
too.
with that literally
Right.
yesterday.
Man,
And it
yeah.
pissed me off so bad.
What you mean? Like, what do you
Like,
what?
where's your head at?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, for real.
Yeah, that's definitely toxic. Having sex on the first date.
That's not toxic.
Okay.
People do it.
Yeah.
And do what you want to do
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Okay.
But I don't think it's toxic.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. You think it's toxic?
Nah.
Okay.
Grown, do what you want.
Yeah.
If the vibes is flowing, the vibes is flowing.
Right, just be safe.
Yeah.
That's all. Just be safe. Okay. Being selfish in a relationship.
That's toxic.
Think it's toxic?
Yeah. What you think?
To a certain extent. I feel like
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting because you just made me think. Go ahead.
now if you break it down, everyone's a little selfish. You gotta
course.
be a little selfish. That's the only way. Like, I feel like
Selfish in regards to what though?
sometimes you have to be selfish with your time. Sometimes you have to be selfish with your feelings. And sometimes you have to be selfish with putting yourself first.
Yeah. I feel like these questions are good because there's levels in them. Because when you say selfish, that can also lead to a person being selfish in the bedroom. That's toxic, you feel me? But what you saying is not necessarily toxic. But if you, overall, for the grand scheme, being selfish in a relationship, is it toxic or non-toxic? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Okay, overall, then yes.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, if you break it down, then it's just like, well,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be selfish to be a better person and then to be that better person for the relationship. Boom. Preach. Talk that talk.
Exactly.
Okay. Bringing your partner on a TV show to reveal a secret. Maury, Jerry Springer.
Oh, I'm some Georgia. I mean, listen, if you want that attention, to each his own. You feel me? I don't think it's toxic.
What?
But
That's toxic.
I don't think it's
man.
toxic.
Get out of here.
I don't think it's toxic.
Nah?
I feel like if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to broadcast it, by all means, go ahead. That's even more tea for me because I watch it.
That's toxic, man. You being a private person just like me, that's not toxic. How would you feel if your partner brought you on Maury to reveal a secret? Like, I'm like, yo, you couldn't tell me this at home? Like,
Of course. But I'm speaking for others. I ain't speaking about me. Don't get me involved in this. I'm talking about other people.
That's toxic,
All
man.
right?
If you got to bring me on a TV show to tell me something that you couldn't tell me at home, and
Boy.
we in a relationship, like, what are we doing?
Well,
Like-
touche.
I'm gonna be like, yo, you played yourself. I'm out of here. Like,
But some people like that attention.
yeah,
I'm
but
going to just say
if you like that attention, that's toxic to me. You feel me? Like, that's toxic.
everyone's different.
I know everybody's different.
Some people, okay, also, you got to really think about it. Some people, that's their job, that's their life as well.
That's
They
toxic.
are reality.
That's toxic to me.
The whole reality TV show and everything like that.
That's
like,
toxic to me. Okay.
okay, what do y'all think? Is it toxic?
Hold on. Before you do that, okay. Love and hip hop, toxic or not toxic? It's the first.
The show overall, of course, is toxic.
right? Okay.
They
so
don't
it's a-
show much positivity, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And I feel like that's the same thing. If you got to bring me on, once again, each his own, everybody's different. I'm just saying, like, you got to bring me on TV to reveal a secret, and we're in a relationship. You couldn't tell me that at home. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, but then again, also think about like these YouTubers. They vlog and stuff like that. There are certain relationships, they have a relationship with their audience as well. So of course they want to know.
Okay.
One, vlogs, they talk. Information is out there. They gotta clarify.
I get you, but to me, that's a level of toxic. Like, if we have to do it, and if now we're doing it for our audience and some sort of attention, we're bringing our personal lives, we're using our personal life for some sort of attention. That's a little bit kind of toxic.
But it's technically not really doing it for the audience. It's for themselves as well. Because also you got to really think about it because this is their job. This is their life as well.
If we're not doing it for the audience,
It's
why you
all
couldn't
together.
why you
It's
couldn't
all
tell me at
together.
home? If we're not doing it for the audience, why you couldn't tell me at home?
Okay, but granted, listen, but don't get me wrong. Cameras on or off, regardless, it's still going to have to be discussed.
Yeah, but would you rather discuss it with the cameras on or off?
Off, of course, and then
yeah.
we can figure out how we would approach it.
Yeah, man, I hear you.
Depending on,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah, I hear you. What
It's
y'all
like
think?
I don't know if you know them, Tiara and Ken.
Nah.
They were like these YouTubers that were.
I feel like I heard of them, but I don't
yeah.
really watch them.
How they went about their situation. I thought it was healthy.
Okay.
And neither one of them like bashed each other or anything like that, but he did do some real sneaky f stuff.
Okay. All right. So I mean,
And,
I guess that's cool. All right.
so it really all just depends.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Perfectionism, is that toxic or not toxic?
That's a good question. Toxic, I think. That's the first thing that came to mind.
I agree. It can be.
'Cause nobody or nothing is perfect.
That is true.
The sooner you realize that, the better.
I agree 100%. That is very true. And then it also, like, you putting that pressure onto your significant other, whoever, that also affects them.
Yeah, and that can lead to toxic behavior or them. Yeah, so I agree. That was my last question.
Yeah,
So.
I think I got one more. Tory Lanez. I had to throw him in
That's
there.
a question?
Is he toxic? That's a very obvious.
Yeah, he's toxic. He says he's toxic, like you said. So yeah, he's just there for a good time.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for tuning us. Tuning us. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you feel everyone has, a little toxic in them, or not? And if you want, you can share your experience as well. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys at the next video.